Welcome back to part 5 of the FED BGM-II blood glucose meter user guide. We're just going to run in this part through some of the common error messages that can be displayed on this meter for your reference and guidance. Now, in most cases of operation you're not going to see these, but they will occasionally come up and give you a guide as to what actions should be taken. Now, if you get no screen power at all, with nothing displayed on the LCD or any missing characters on the LCD within your 12-month warranty period, then first thing to check is that the battery is inserted in the correct way. And on the FED meter, the battery goes in upper face down with the flat surface, the writing surface, which has got the battery ID, looking straight up at you as you look into the battery compartment. It will only fit in that direction, but if pushed in, you can just about squeeze it in the wrong way. So if that occurs and there's nothing occurring on the screen, make sure that you've got the battery in the right place. If you do have any missing characters or anything on the LCD that's not displaying properly and it hasn't been dropped or broken or fractured and it's a manufacturing problem, then please contact the supplier to look at getting it replaced. The error messages or ER messages that you will occasionally have come up on these meters are auto-diagnostic features to try and guide you in terms of what the problem is and why the meter may not be functioning fully. The first one to talk about is the ER1 error message when you are inserting a test strip into the meter. It should, as demonstrated earlier in parts 2 and 3, start flashing with the graphic of the test strip and a blood drop indicating that it's fully functional and ready to receive the blood sample into the strip. If you get an ER1, that indicates a fault of the blood glucose meter. This isn't something that you're going to be able to sort out yourself, so an ER1 does mean you have to contact the supplier for a replacement unit. ER2 indicates that the test strip inserted is not the same code as the code chip that has previously or currently been inserted into the meter. Now, the code chip carries the calibration settings for that batch of test strips, which ensure it displays an accurate reading once it's measuring your blood glucose. So if you're getting an ER2, you'll probably need to change the code chip for the correct code chip to match the test strips that you've got. You can check what code chip batch number you've got on the side of the test strips, and the code itself will also be written on the side of the code chip, and that must correspond in all cases. So if you're getting ER2, double check that and make sure that you've got the matching code chip inserted into the meter for the code strips that you're using. ER3 indicates that the test strips are either damaged or have previously been used. Now, previously used test strips should be pretty easy to spot. The white port that goes horizontally across the test strip where the blood is entered will show red in a previously used test strip. So if you by accident put a used test strip back into the meter, you should be able to spot that. If it's still giving you an ER2 reading and you an ER3 reading and you haven't used that test strip before, try a new test strip. If you get the same ER3 reading, it may indicate that the vial of test strips has been left open or deteriorated. Atmospheric absorption of moisture is the commonest reason for this, and it's usually because the lid's been left off for too long and the test strips have deteriorated. Nothing you can do in that situation other than replace your test strips with a fresh lot. Test results of blood glucose indicate low. Now, that indicates that the test result is below 1.1 millimoles per litre or equivalent gram per deciliter level. This would indicate very low blood glucose levels and would be a significant clinical finding. We would suggest that you retest immediately using a fresh blood sample just to confirm that your blood glucose is actually in that low reading level. Similarly, if you get an HI reading, a high reading, that indicates that your blood glucose is above 33.1 millimoles per litre or grams per deciliter equivalent. That is, again, clinically significant. Retest immediately. If you're still getting an HI reading indicating that your blood glucose may be very high, you need to seek urgent medical advice in that situation and in a low confirmed blood glucose reading. The next display you may get is the battery display flashing. Now that will come up and show on the screen if the battery is getting near its low levels and functional ability. You would need to replace the battery within 1 or 2 tests if this starts showing. So we do advise that alternate or spare battery source is available, particularly for type 1 diabetics, where they are relying on their blood glucose readings to determine their treatments. So there we go. The screen can also display high plus with a thermometer indicator or low plus with a thermometer indicator after the power is initially turned on. Now the meter will work at ambient temperatures between 5 degrees and 42 degrees. In most cases in the UK you're not going to experience temperatures outside this range, but if you're using this outside those temperatures, again the meter will not be able to function accurately, and you need to move to an environment within that temperature band to operate the meter successfully. So there you have it. Those are the quick guidelines for problems and troubleshooting with the BGM-II FED blood glucose meter system.